Welcome to the last episode of The Terns, presented by the Summer 2026 District K interns, Olivia Gerling-Perez and
Cecilia Reyes.
As you can see, we are in the HTV podcast room with a very special guest, Mayor Pro Tem Martha Castex-Tatum.
But before we begin, we have to introduce ourselves. So if you could begin, you might not be used to introducing yourself like this, but start with your name, what colleges you've attended, and what your major was.
Good morning. I'm Martha Castex-Tatum, the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Houston and also the Council Member of District K. I attended Southwest Texas State, now known as Texas State University. My undergraduate degree was in business marketing, and my graduate degree was in public administration.
And like I said, my name is Olivia Gerling-Perez. I am a rising senior at the University of Houston, majoring in political science with a minor in legal studies. I aspire to go to law school to become an attorney focused in healthcare law, and I am originally from Pearland.
And I'm Cecilia Reyes, a sophomore at Georgetown University, majoring in public policy with a minor in law, justice, and society.
Yeah. Okay. So first, we're going to ask some questions about your department and just about you in general. So we know before Houston, you were in the San Marcos City Council. So what got you to run for office and run for Houston?
Well, I never thought I would be in public service. I was working in a corporate job, working for a grocery chain in human resources, and had a couple of folks say, you should consider running for office. Never thought I would. After about 4 or 5 folks asked if I would consider running for office, I finally decided that I would. Ran against a 12-year incumbent in a small town. It's the city that I moved to when I attended Southwest Texas State. I stayed there, got married, had my first son there, and really wanted to give back to a community that had given so much to me. So I ran for office and I won. It was exciting. And it was really the first time that I realized how people can make a difference in the cities that they live in. So it was inspiring. I saw some immediate changes with the decisions that we made on city council. One that I'm really proud of that I think people are always surprised when I tell them that how involved I was with bringing the Tanger Outlet Mall to San Marcos, Texas, because a lot of my friends love to go shopping at the outlet mall. Had an opportunity to work with Stanley Tanger's team to get that outlet mall expanded in San Marcos. And when I look back at that from the year 2000, and how much tax revenue that outlet mall has brought to the city of San Marcos, it blows my mind. So many of the projects that we were considering tackling in the city, we didn't have the funds for. And now when I go back to San Marcos, it is amazing to see the overpasses and the improvements in infrastructure and the opportunity for so many students to have jobs while they're in college. So it's one of the projects that I am most proud of in the city of San Marcos.
Mm-hmm. What's something you wish you knew when you first started this your office in San Marcos?
Something I wish I knew, well, that sometimes government moves slow. I'm a very type A person. Let's just get it done. And sometimes projects take time, more time than we would like, more time than constituents would like. But there are processes to everything. So learning how to navigate and move things along quicker than traditionally, cutting through the bureaucratic processes is always important. So that was something I learned along the way. And I think that that has really helped me because even here in Houston, you've got to be able to work with the department heads. You've got to be able to work with the directors and the administration to make sure that projects stay on track and keep them moving because the people are expecting results, and I want to deliver for my constituents.
I love that. What has been an unexpected source of inspiration you have found while being a council member?
An unexpected source of inspiration. I guess I would say the people. And when I say the people, I mean the people that have really taken engagement as a two-way street. One of the things that I was really surprised about when I first ran for office in the city of Houston was how many people actually didn't know what district they lived in. But what that taught me was we have to meet people where they are. People are busy. They are raising families. They are working. They are trying to take care of their everyday lives, surviving so that they can manage their quality of life at their homes. And for a lot of people, it just was not at the top of the list. But one of my goals was to make sure that people knew who represents them, what district they live in. At a minimum, you should be receiving your council members' newsletter so you can stay connected to the person that initially represents you, as well as the 5 additional at-large council members that are your representatives here in the city of Houston. So I was on a quest to make sure everyone knew who represented them, and how to get in touch with your representatives. So if something's happening in your neighborhood, you knew who to call, and they were allowed an opportunity to assist.
And if you're watching this, go look up who represents me right now.
That's right.
No, I agree. I do find it like interesting and sometimes a little ironic that people don't know who most directly represents them, like their local government. Um, but on that topic, what has been your accomplishment that you're most proud of since you started representing District K?
There are a lot of accomplishments. I guess the one that I'm most proud of, though, would be um, one of the very first projects that I knew I wanted to get done was a project that was very personal to me. It was a flood mitigation project that happened in the neighborhood that I grew up in. And I tell people all the time, if you've ever heard me speak, I talk about how personal this work is for me because I get to represent my mom and dad. My parents still live in the house that we moved to when I was 4 years old in District K. It was formerly District D, but now it's District K. And I remember as a young girl how our neighborhood used to flood. And we had one car growing up. And there was a particular flood where my mother didn't want to flood the car. So she parked the car on one of the outlier streets in the neighborhood where the water hadn't come up yet. And we had to get out of the car and walk through the neighborhood to get to our house. And so we had to walk through the floodwaters. And I knew that once I became the council member, I wanted to remedy the flood problem that we had had for over 40 years in that neighborhood. Many of my parents' neighbors have lost cars, they've had floodwaters in their homes, and suffered a lot of damage from the floodwaters. And so we worked on a flood mitigation project for the entire neighborhood. It's still going on today. It was done in phases. Phase 1 is complete. Phase 2 is almost complete. Phase 3 is the one that I'm most proud of because it's a comprehensive flood mitigation project that includes 100-year flood mitigation project at the park near the neighborhood. And so all of the neighborhoods around Cambridge Village Park will now have a big detention basin that was dug out in the park to make sure that we keep water out of people's homes and we keep water from damaging their vehicles. And these are things that cause tremendous setbacks for working class families. You know, it's frustrating, especially when it happens over and
If
over.
you've had unlimited resources for any project in District K, what would you do? What would you focus on?
Well, anyone who has followed our office and kind of the project that I'm still working on that I know is going to happen, it's probably going to take place once I'm not in office, would be Alameda Plaza ditch. We have been working on how we maintain that ditch and how we improve that ditch for the residents that live there. If you know anything about that community, it is a working class community. Many of the homes are paid for. The residents there it's an incredible location. It's near the medical center. It's close to 288, so the location is perfect. But unfortunately, there is an open ditch that runs through the neighborhood, and it has really become problematic because folks dump in the ditch. There's nutri-rats that walk in and around the ditch. And I just don't think people deserve to have that type of drainage system in the middle of their neighborhood. If I had unlimited resources, I would immediately close that ditch and make it into a linear park. That is our goal. We are working towards that. That would be a partnership with Harris County Flood Control District and the city of Houston. I'd close that ditch and I'd repair the drainage in the streets in that entire neighborhood, and it would immediately elevate the quality of life for that neighborhood. When those original owners leave those homes to their children, The value of those homes will improve. The total quality of life in that neighborhood will improve. It's going to happen. I'm going to keep working on it. We'll leave a map, a plan for the next council member so that we can keep pushing for this project to happen. But it's a neighborhood that deserves these types of improvements.
Now more than after this internship, I'm definitely reading the newsletter because I wasn't subscribed before. I'll admit that, but I'll definitely be way more engaged in what's going on locally in my district. But also whoever is council member after you, if Almeida Plaza project's not complete, I'll definitely push that.
You'll know about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll call and ask. I'll annoy them. I also want to see your project be completed.
All right, so now we're going to move into our game segment. For your first game, you will be outlining District K on an empty map to see how well you can, what is it? How well you can.
Do you remember just the outline of District K?
Yeah.
Here's 610. Okay, here we go. Braze Oaks. Stafford is not us. Oh, I can't see these lines, child. Central Southwest, that's us. We're down here. I feel like Fort Bend is down here.
Okay. Let's
Show
see.
the camera.
So this was the outline, and this is District K.
I feel like that's pretty.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
pretty
So
accurate.
the original one that y'all have has the ETJ. Those are our ETJ areas, so I didn't include those on mine. But yeah, the ETJ is part of District K.
The Southwest, I think, is a little too outlined. Let's see.
Okay.
You compare it.
Of course, I'm gonna say that's an A+. Absolutely.
Applause. So now we're gonna do our second game.
Okay.
So we went around City Hall and the annex, and we took pictures of super close up pictures, and you have to guess what is the zoomed in photo. These are things you've seen before.
Okay.
So it's not gonna be super random.
This is like a light that's somewhere at City Hall. I would think this is here at HTV.
Ooh.
Oh.
Did you see it coming in?
That is correct.
Thank you very
right
much.
by HTV. Yes. Very cute. Okay, that's one. That's one. All right.
Okay.
All right.
1 point.
Okay. Here's your second photo.
Let's see. What is this? This looks like a horse on a medallion. I feel like I've seen this somewhere.
You definitely have.
Yes.
Is it in a picture in a bookcase somewhere? Is it on the... I don't know. Tell me. Where is this?
This is the full picture.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a better indicator.
Is this in the hallway going to 611 Walker?
Yes, I think
By the
so.
gym?
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
I think you
In
did
a
a half
tunnel.
point because you
Yeah.
didn't zoom in.
Okay.
This one should.
I don't go out that way very often.
Definitely get that one.
I should get this?
Yes.
Does this go this way or this way?
No, other way.
This way?
It's upside down.
Yes.
Upside down.
Mhm.
What is this?
And we'll include the full picture. The pictures here.
Let me
do
see
the
the full
editing.
picture.
No.
What is this?
No. You know.
It's
you
like
know that. Does it maybe spell something out or?
What is it? It might be. Those might be letters, maybe.
Oh, the council chambers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Justice.
Okay.
Here is your next photo.
Okay. Oh, this is at City Hall too.
But where in City Hall?
On the wall in the back.
Yes. Yes. We tried to trick you on that one.
You tried to trick me. I don't know how I feel about y'all trying to trick me here.
Because these are easy, so that's why we have to super zoom in.
Yeah.
Okay. Girl, this is in my office.
Oh, really?
Now, did you think I would know this? So one of my friends, when I first got elected, the office was very brown and green and very kind of male dominated. And I
Yeah.
called her and I said, I need to make my office look like Girl Boss. And she came in and helped me, and she picked out all of the designs that are on the wall. And this is one of the things that she picked out. So I knew that right away. So yeah, thank y'all for doing
Good
that.
job. Good job.
I feel like I got all of them right.
I would say you get an A. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get an A.
Okay.
For sure.
Congrats.
Okay.
Congrats.
Okay, now we're gonna move over to some questions that the public submitted.
All right.
Yes.
And the first question is from Gianna. She asked, "What is your favorite thing about District K?"
My favorite thing about District K. I guess my favorite thing about District K would be that I get to represent my parents. I mean, you just can't beat that.
Yeah.
So not only do I get to represent my parents, but my son bought a house in District K about 3.5 years ago. So he is a resident of District K. My ninth grade science teacher, who recently passed away, was a resident of District K. My sixth grade band teacher is a resident of District K. My middle school basketball coach, who used to give me a ride home, she lives in the neighborhood that we worked on the flooding, is a member of a resident of District K. So to be able to represent the folks in the community that I grew up in, you can't explain that to people. It really makes this work personal. It really makes the decisions that I make very intentional. And it's probably what has continued to fuel me to go so hard in representing the community.
This job being so personal to you, do you think it sometimes makes it harder or easier to navigate some of those things?
I think it depends on the issue. There are tough issues that you deal with, and you have your personal views on things. But I also have to look at, how do my personal views affect what's going to be best for the entire city, especially serving in the role as a mayor pro tem. I'm always going to, pray about my decisions. I get feedback from community members. I have a cabinet of folks that I talk to. Of course, I always run things past my parents because they're very reasonable, in my opinion. And they are the two people that I know will want me to do my very best and give me good feedback, whether I like it or I don't. I have a group of civic club presidents and HOA presidents. I have a group that we started called Impact. It's Martha's President's Advisory Council. I lean on them for advice. I have a couple of residents in my phone that I know I can text and say, how do you feel about this? Or what is the neighborhood feeling about that? And they'll give me really solid feedback. I think anytime you are in a leadership position, it's important to surround yourself with people who will give you honest feedback and not just say yes or we agree because they're in your kind of inner circle, but that they would be willing to give you the hard truths of, yes, this impacts us. Why would you do that? Let's think about doing this. And then you also have to surround yourself with a team. I mean, my success is really, I get a lot of feedback from the team in the District K office. I mean, no one succeeds alone. If I don't have a staff around me that supports the work that I do, I can't do it by myself. I got 207,000 constituents. We're at events every day. We are at meetings every day, committee meetings, the meetings that I have with the mayor. And so I have to have a staff that cares about the community just the way I do.
The next question is from Nathan. Would you ever write a book? And if so, what would the title be?
Ooh, you should write a book.
Would I write a book? Absolutely, I would write a book. And I guess off the top of my head, when I leave city council, it will have been 10 years that I've served on Houston City Council. So I would probably play off of right now, just because it's a quick question, the book that Kamala Harris wrote, 107 Days. I don't know, 10
yes.
years, how many days that would be. I'd have to do the math, but
3,655.
Yeah, something.
So I think that could be cool to talk about all of our experiences over 10 years. And I'd want to include some of the success stories from residents, I want to include some of the really tough votes that we've had to have, and really have a compilation of what it's been like to serve as a council member after the death of your friend and former colleague, and then 5 months later, losing your chief of staff, and how you continue to show up for constituents while you are grieving. Um, Also, I think it would be really cool to include a chapter on so you want to run for office, like what it
Mm.
takes to actually have a body of work to be considered a good candidate to run for office. Because quite frankly, if we don't get good people to run for office, we get what we get. And I think there are a lot of good people who could serve in these positions that just have never thought about it.
Okay, so this question is from Katie. If you could switch jobs with any city employee for one day, who would it be?
The director of the library.
Ooh.
And I would say the director of the library because every time we do anything at the library is straight joy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's always fun. I think about when we opened the Shannon Walker Library, everybody was happy. When you go to the library and you see the Tech Link libraries, everybody is happy. When you go to any of the story times, people are happy.
Mm-hmm.
When people are picking up their passports, they're happy. They're going on a trip. I mean, I have not had any experience in the libraries over the 10 years that I have been serving on city council that we have not left excited.
Yeah.
So these last couple questions come from us, and they're more youth-based civic engagement questions. What advice would you give to young people who are considering working in the public sector or possibly even running for office?
To stay curious, to get involved, and to make sure that they are um, chronicling the work that they do. Because if you ultimately decide to run for office, people are going to want to know what have you done. Not to say that people who just decide one day to run for office can't win, but if you want to build a base of community support, people want to know that you care about the community before you were elected to serve
Makes
in a
sense.
position on the community.
Do you have any questions for us?
I do.
Oh, what questions do you have?
The first question is for Olivia.
Okay.
How can you take what you've learned over your summer internship and
Mm-hmm.
use it in some organizations that maybe you're a part of?
So I'm a part of the Metropolitan Volunteer Program. We have 6 different initiatives, and some of them are with advocacy or environment and wellness. And I think I have learned about so many different programs that can help people in the city of Houston. So one, volunteering at just different events. Since I'm in District D, I know there are a lot of cleanup events that
Yeah.
go on, and voter registration. And then with my sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Epsilon Lambda chapter, we will definitely be helping Life Houston, who the CEO is also SOAR, and getting formula drives, getting babies formula. And also, just because I'm a political science major, my biggest thing is getting people registered to vote. I want to get all my friends deputized so that
Nice.
we can host voter registration drives as well. And yeah.
I love that.
Mm.
And Cecile, as a District K resident, what have you found to have been the most impactful thing that you've learned in the District K office that you think would be beneficial to you as a resident?
Ooh, I've learned so much. I've taken more than what I wished for to learn in this internship so far. Um, Not just about like my district, but also Houston. Like I did not know 311 was a thing. I'm gonna be honest, I did not know it was a thing. So definitely that.
Okay. And did you get the app on your phone?
No, but I will. I
Okay.
will.
Get the app on your phone because one day you'll be driving down the street, you'll see something, you take a picture of it, you report it to
Yeah. And
311.
it's a lot easier than I thought too.
Okay.
I know I've also learned about the resources in District K, like free zoo tickets, free like tickets to events in Houston. Um I've how to access public information like permits, like
Mhm.
Yes.
building permits.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I guess I assumed it was public, but I never actually looked that up, and I can look that up myself and find out what
What's
is
coming?
being
Yeah.
built in
Mhm.
not just Houston, but like my specific neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
Like there's a Dutch Bros coming to South
Yes,
Post
we looked
Oak,
that up.
and I was so excited to see that because the nearest Dutch Bros is like over 20 minutes drive. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. Excited to other stuff coming to District K, but I think that was
That's helpful.
that's very
And
helpful.
the Civic Club would love to know that you know how to do that because
Mhm.
they call us because
Mhm.
a lot of folks don't know how to look it up.
Mhm.
And Dee Dee does a great job of making sure she gets that information to our civic clubs and HOAs. But can you imagine if your civic club knew that you could do that and you shared how to do that with them? It's very value added. One of the things that I love that we did together was the how we went to the furniture bank.
Yes.
So many people commented on our social media that they didn't even know about the furniture bank. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew about it, but I didn't know about it.
Mhm.
And so I think that was a great learning experience for all of us. And I didn't know we had an infant food bank. So many things that I've learned this summer with y'all have been value added for me as well. So really looking forward to the Formula Drive that we'll host in September. Thank you for the advertisement that y'all did for the infant bank. That is really going to be helpful. We have so much work to do. I have about a year and a half left on Houston City Council, and when I think about it, I get sad, but I do know that after 10 years, you know, we will leave the district better than we found it. And so that makes me very proud. And I'm glad that each of you have played a part by being interns in our office. You will forever be District K interns.
Yay.
Thanks. Okay, so I think that wraps up the final episode of the Terns.
All right.
We would like to give a special shout out to HTV for letting us use their podcast room today.
Thanks,
And
Keith.
thanks, Keith, and for letting us stream our episodes on
Yes.
HTV
I love
Live.
that so
Yes.
much. I
Catch
love
it
that
on
so
Thursday, 6:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm. And also just a shout out to all of our guests that have been with us these previous weeks. And shout out to District K staff.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Justice, Joe, Eric, Corey, and Dee Dee.
All right.
Yes.
Best team ever.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you so much for being on our episode.
Yes.
Oh, it is my honor. It's my pleasure. I have enjoyed working with each of you this summer, and I know you're going to do great things. I can tell that you have a heart for people, you have a heart for service, you have a heart for this work, and let's meet at the top.
Aw, thank you so much.
All right.
Well, thanks for watching the Terns.
Woohoo!
Bye.